Hello, whoever you are, and well, today I'm gonna address the issue no one has ever addressed. As far as I know, as far as I have googled the information about it, I haven't found anything on iron sights. And well, I'm gonna use Fallout 4 as example, as a game where I show what I consider good iron sights, what I consider bad iron sights, and it's going to be a thing for my mod reviews. I kinda should do more of them, but later on that. So, for the iron sights, as you can see, I'm holding a vanilla minigun right now, and well, this is probably the worst iron sights weapon in the game. And well, it is the worst because of that. How am I supposed to aim with that? Yeah, I get it. Like, roughly center of the screen, bullet goes there. Bullet actually goes in the center of the screen. So if you didn't know, the bullet goes right in the center of the screen. So if your iron sight on a gun misaligned and it's not in the center of the screen, you're missing your target. It's not you. It's it's the it's the mod fault. Yeah, so for the minigun, let's see how it performs. Good enough, I would say, and I destroyed my lamp again. Well, yeah, it happens. So for the minigun, the sights are not really needed here, but still, they would be appreciated. It would just make this gun much more pleasing to use. For example, the Gatling laser doesn't have this issue, and I love to use Gatling laser instead of the minigun. So here we can see the gun has iron sights. It's much more pleasing to use. They are aligned. I'm using dot sight and I'm aiming at crossword to show you guys that sights are pretty well aligned. Yeah, it's swaying all the time, but this is more of a hip fire weapon, so you have to adjust to that. Let's see how it performs against the minigun. I feel like it's going much better. It just feels this way. It just feels better to use. And well, if player could choose the gun, they would go for the Gatling laser instead of a minigun, just because it it just feels better. So the next gun is a combat rifle. I remember my first time, it was roughly 1100 of Fallout 4 gameplay for me. It was a it was a combat rifle for me. It was my first gun. It gave me such a power trip when I used it, and this gun has pretty bad iron sights in my opinion. But it's not about the iron sights itself. They are pretty clean. You can see the target. You can see both of the targets, and there's no problem. But when I shoot, the animation it just doesn't work. As you can see, the gun jumps and trying to cover the enemy with its pieces, like with a muzzle device and a barrel, and it doesn't make a great time. So the first thing I did to it when I was playing, when I was younger, I actually used a reflex sight on it, just because it's easier to aim. And well, yeah, this went same way. The gun still has jumped on me, but again, I used it and I had fun, and well, it's probably the most fun I had in Fallout. Even now I don't have so many fun, but later on that, I guess. This is the gun that I consider to have best iron sights. They are both realistic and they have no problems with animations, like ever. Look. They just work, and when you aim at a target, you clearly can see it. It doesn't sway too much. You can use them, and well, they are great when you panic shooting and you will still have your sights on point, which is amazing. And well, for the mods now, some mods have honestly garbage sight design. Some mods have better eye design. Just listen to me here, right? This is a Screaming Eagle mod. I did a review on that. I love it, and well, it's still a pretty good mod. But the iron sights here, they have a little issue. They are aligned. They are perfectly usable. They are realistic even. So their problem is they are not gameplay efficient. Like, aiming with this is a little bit hard. They are on point, they are great, and I will absolutely use this gun and I will continue to use this. But it's just not gameplay efficient. And it's a just probably the one of the only downsides of this mod. It's it's perfect around the edges in my eyes. But yeah, the iron sights are just bad. Also, recoil is bad, but me is bad. So yeah, works like that. As for the next gun, an Uzi. Here we can see a perfectly gameplay efficient iron sights. Yes, the gameplay efficiency is maybe not the realism, but it is something that I enjoy in my game. I just can't use them. They are not realistic. It should have rear sight, but it's a game. We don't have to have the rear sight. We just can aim and hit our target. But I wouldn't myself if I couldn't find an issue with this mod. And the issue here is just the recoil. Just look. I'm going to try to control the gun, by the way, so gun is controlled. And me being bad, but still, look. The gun just goes all around the target. The animations they are good and probably realistic. Well, I cannot hit my target. I'm having troubles. I don't have my sight on a target. Why? And that's probably the issue that not many people talked about, but here I did a talk about. I really don't know how to talk about it. I may redo this video later, but this is what I wanted to say today, and well, I'm glad I did. It's really relieving for me to do that. Also, see you guys when I see you, and have a good one.